So good day everyone, I am Shirley Susarani, and with my co-members, we will be discussing the chapter 6 of the therapeutic modalities, or the CA3, which entitled of Rehabilitation Programs of PUCOR, DDB, and PPA. So for our learning objectives in this chapter, we will be defining Bureau of Corrections, identify the mandates of the BUCOR, explain the reformation of the national PDLs of the BUCOR, define Dangerous Drug Board, or the DDB, and enumerate some of the drug treatment modalities, define Parole and Probation Administration, or the PPA, explain the major rehabilitation program of the PPA, define therapeutic community ladder program, and lastly is to enumerate and explain the phase of in therapeutic community ladder program. So to start, let's define Bureau of Corrections. So what is Bureau of Corrections? So basically, BUCOR is responsible for looking after or trying to help the rehabilitated person or people who've been sentenced for more than 3 years in prison. So think of it as BUCOR as the manager, or managing the country's major prisons. So the BUCOR is also used to be called as Bureau of Prisons, but the name is changed to better reflect or focus on the rehabilitation. So we all know that BUCOR runs or held the 7 major prisons in the Philippines. So we have the New Bilibid Prison of the Muntinlupa City, the Correctional Institute for Women, the Iwahig Prison and Penal Farm, the Davao Prison and Penal Farm, or also known as the Picol, the Sablayan Prison and Penal Farm, San Ramon Prison and Penal Farm, and finally is the Leyte Regional Prison. So this different prison or major prisons in the Philippines has a crucial and vital role in managing our prison population and keeping the overall well-being of the community. So let's go to the mandates of the BUCOR, or the Bureau of Corrections. So first, their first mandate is safekeeping of national PDLs. So first and foremost, so decent and adequate provision of basic necessities such as shelter or quarters, food, water, clothing, and medicine. So BUCOR makes sure that the prisoners have the basic things they need, such as a place to live, food, water, clothes, and medical care. So it's about treating the prisoners humanely, or the PDLs humanely, even while they are inside or they are serving their sentence behind bars. The second is proper observance of prescribed privileges such as regulated communication and visitation. So BUCOR follows rules about what prisoners are allowed to do, like things like communication with family, and they know the importance of visits for the well-being and how it would help with the rehabilitation of the prisoners. So it's about finding balance between and safe security safety and the human rights of the prisoners. So lastly is the efficient processing of necessary documentary requirements and records for their timely release. The processing of these documentary requirements shall be undertaken by the Directorate for Inmate Documents of and Records, the IDR. So basically, Bucor has the a whole department that handles the paperwork for the prisoner release, which is the DIDR. Then, so they make sure that everything is processed efficiently and clear, so that people can be released on time when they've served their sentence enough. So the further mandates will be discussed by my co-members.
Good day everyone, my name is Ben Robert D. Canas, and I'm going to report the second mandates of Bureau of Corrections, which is the Security of National PDLs. So, Security of National PDLs, it is the complementary component of safekeeping of custodial functions. So, there is a Security of National PDLs while serving inside the custody, it ensures that the PDLs are no more engaged in criminal acts outside kung asa man sila gikan. Ang ilahang goal diri is mawala ang ilang engaged nga mga kinabuhat sa gawas, like mga criminals, ilang mga wrongdoing. So naay 3 kabuoks circumferential security activities to be undertaken. First is the proper custody. So mayroon tang proper custody, it ensures that the inside the jail, it has the proper proper mga security sa mga PDLs, like ilang mga pinakaon nila, ilang ginabuhat. Then second is the implementations of laws and regulations, and to include the preventions of prison violence and crimes. Muna sa mga pag-implement sa mga balaod, sa mga hatol, mga do and don'ts inside the facilities. Then the second is the efficient recovery of fugitives. So, ngayon tag-fugitives, mo silang mga gikan na prosecutions, gikan sa mga gikan na invade sa arrest, o mga sama kung gikan sa prosecution. Then the third mandate of the Bureau of Corrections is the reformations of the national PDLs. From the word reformations, it is mga pagbago sa mga tao na persons deprived of liberty. The core objectives in the administrative of this reformation program is the effective treatment of pagbago sa mga anti-social behavior, ilang mga behavior nga mga adlaw na itabo, and the destructive personality disorder. And this is institutionalized by the Bureau of Corrections for the PDL. Consists of the following. Na sila yung mga program na ginahatag sa mga PDLs para ma-enhance nila ang ilang kagalingon, maibalaan nila ilang self. First is the moral and spiritual programs. There is a moral and spiritual programs. It is institutionalized by the Directorate for Moral and Spiritual Welfare, or the DMSW, which diri nila ginastorial ilang mga relief, ilang mga pagpag-ampo, pagsalig sa Ginoo, diri nila ina-discuss. Second is the Education and Training Program, which is institutionalized by the Directorate for Education and Training. Dili ginadiscuss ang mga formal educations like mga lecture, then and non-formal educations. So, yung itong non-formal educations, muna silang mga hands-on which makatabang sila nga if ever na mauman nilang assistensya na sila mga hibalan sa ilang training inside the Palicity nga ma-apply nila sa pagtrabaho nila sa gawas. Siya. Third is the Work and Livelihood Program. This refers to the administration of skills development programs on work and livelihood to achieve self-sufficiency, which kani ang work and livelihood program, it is institutionalized by the Directorate for Work and Livelihood or the DWL. Kaning work and livelihood programs diri sa inside sa facilities ginatudluan sila kung unsaon pagpangita og kwarta which makatabang din sila kining mahuman nila ilang asistensya diri nila balan kung unsaon pag-diskarte nga trabaho na makita og kwarta. Then fourth is the Sports and Recreation Program. It is institutionalized by the Directorate for Sports and Recreations or DSR. Ang goal diri is the physical and recreational engagement to achieve mental alertness and physical agility in the spirit of sportsmanship, which meaning camaraderie diri may balaan ang imong pag-engage magpaila-ila sa ikaw imong kagalingon or magpaila-ila sa ibang tao. Sportsmanship diri may balaan ang imong tinuod na pagkatao, imong mental alertness na develop. Then fourth or fifth is the Health and Welfare Program. This includes the appropriate provisions of medical care or hospitalizations of sick, mentally impaired, old age, and disabled PDLs. This institutionalized by the Directorate for Health and Welfare Services. Diri administer ang mga proper nutritions, hygiene, sanitations, cleanliness, and promotions of good health. Diri ang balaan ang pag-alaga gid sa kaugalingon. Diri sila ginatagaan sa mga Bureau of Corrections, ginatabangan sila kung saon pag proper healthcare sa kaugalingon. Then last is the Behavior Modifications Program. So, ingat ang Behavior Modifications Program, dire pag-manage, dire may balaan ang pag-manage sa imong behavior. This refers to the administrations of programs for the character formations, ang imong pagpag-evaluate, character development, na siya, of PDLs necessary for effective interpersonal relationship in the prison community. While naka sa inside sa policy community or facility, imong behavior ay tabangan ka nga mabag-o imong panggalingon, dili na ka mag-engage sa mga criminal activity. And this program also includes therapeutic community, and it is institutionalized by the Directorate for Behavior Modifications. Next is the Dangerous Drug Act Board. So, ang Dangerous Drug Act Board is under siya sa Republic Act 9165 of Section 77. Ang Dangerous Drug Board or DDB is the policy making and strategy formulating body in the planning and formulations of policies and programs on drug prevention and control. So, ang kaning sa Dangerous Drug Board is dili ang mga laws and regulations na pagbawal sa paggamit og mga illegal na droga. which this helps and powers and duties of DDB or the Dangerous Drug Approach is to design and develop in consultations, coordinations with the DOH, DSWD, and other agencies involved in drug, drug control treatment and rehabilitations. Muna silang mga programs or mga establishments na makatabang para mawala ang paggamit droga. And that's all. Thank you, ma'am, for my report.
Hello guys, kailan naman mo sa ako so karon dahil kung mag-share ko sa ako ang topic sa ang report and na ako'y tulo ka buok topic dariya ang Dangerous Drugs Board's treatment and rehabilitation of requirements on the application for treatment and rehabilitation o ang last kay ang steps for treatment and rehabilitation of drug dependence. So darita sa Dangerous Drug Board's treatment and rehabilitation. So kung unsa man yung Dangerous Drug Board's treatment and rehabilitation, so mao ni siya guys ang program na makatabang sa mga taong addict to recover from the drug addiction. Nag-focus ni siya sa pag-reduce sa drug use, helping drug users to return to society. Kanina program nag-provide og treatment og training to help them quit drugs og mahimong productive citizens. So mo to siya guys sa Dangerous Drug Board's treatment and rehabilitation. Requirements on the application for treatment and rehabilitation. So ang requirements sa application for treatment and rehabilitation is naatay tulo ka buok. Mao ni ang drug dependency examination or DDE, PNP clearance og certificate of no pending case from RTC or MTC. So sa drug dependency examination sa top, so unsa man siya pagkuha, ang pagkuha ani kay magpa-schedule sila appointment with a doctor accredited by the DOH. Then magkuha og referral form from the Dangerous Drug Board's Legal Division. Then kung nagpuyo ka outside Metro Manila, kay mag-contact lang ka sa pinaka duol nga rehab center or anti-drug abuse council for the help. And sa PNP clearance kay magkuha og police clearance to ensure that wala kay serious criminal records. Then sa last kay magkuha og certificate of no pending case from the RTC or MTC. Kung naa kay pending case kay for the minors, magkuha sila og certificate stating that the case proceedings are suspended. Then sa adults naman kay magkuha kag certificate na ang kaso nimo kay naka-dismiss or naka-hold. So dari ata sa guys, steps for the treatment and rehabilitation of drug dependence. So unsa man ni siya pag kung magkuha ka og gusto ka mag-treatment, ang kailangan na nimo is magkuha kag referral, mag-secure ka og referral form for DDE gikan sa Legal Affairs Division of the DDB. Then ang second is undergo DDE kay naa may DOH accredited doctor and sila pud ang mag-examine and magbuhat sa examination ana. Then submit the requirements for voluntary confinement. And then sa number 4 kay ang processing of petition. Ang DDB Legal Division ang mag-process sa imong petition. And then sa releasing of petition, ihatag lang nimo ang imong petition for confinement or ihatag lang nila sa applicant ang ilahang petition. And then sa last kay compulsory confinement, kung ang person kay kuan siya kanang gi-force lang siya na magparehab, ang ilahang parents, spouse or relatives ang mag-provide og statement or affidavit about sa ilahang paggamit sa drugs. So mao na to ako ang topic guys, anta na may nasabtan.
Drug addiction is a complex issue, and effective treatment requires various approaches to address its physical, psychological, and social aspects. The Dangerous Drug Board plays a key role in formulating policies on drug prevention and control in the Philippines, as outlined in Republic Act No. 9165. Drug treatment modalities. First is the multidisciplinary team approach. It is a collaboration of medical, psychological, and social work professionals to provide holistic care. 2. Therapeutic community approach, a structured environment where individuals support each other through shared experience. Next is the Hazelden, Minnesota model, a 12-step program focusing on personal responsibility and abstinence. Fourth is the spiritual approach. It integrates a spiritual principles in the recovery process. And lastly is the eclectic approach. It is a combination of various methods tailored to individual needs. Next is the recommended therapeutic activities. The first one is the psychotherapy. It helps address psychological factors of addiction. Next is counseling. It provides emotional support and guidance. Next is individual therapy. It is a one-on-one sessions to explore personal issues. Fourth is the group therapy. It shared recovery experiences in a supportive group setting. Number 5 is the family therapy. It involves family in the recovery process. Number 6 is community work projects. It encourages social reintegration through meaningful work. And 7 is a sheltered workshop. It prepares individuals for the workforce. And lastly, the social reintegration. It focuses on rebuilding life skills and community connections. Parole and Probation Administration. The DBB formulates policies related to parole and probation for drug offenders, aiming for a rehabilitation and social reintegration rather than incarceration. A comprehensive multifaceted treatment approach is essential for effective drug rehabilitation. The DBB policies and collaborative efforts help guide drug dependents through recovery and reintegration into the society.
So good afternoon or good morning, guys. So this is the part of my report. Major Rehabilitation Program of TPA. So the Major Rehabilitation Program of the Philippine Ports Authority focuses on repairing and improving all or damaged ports across the country. So kani nga program kay gina-ensure na ang mga ports kay safe, efficient o improve ilahang services. So kano siya guys kay behavior management, emotional, psychological, intelligent, spiritual o vocational survival. So restorative justice. Restorative justice is a process through which remorseful offenders accept responsibility for their misconduct, particularly to their victims and to the community. So kani guys, ang restorative justice kay mao ni siya ang way of dealing with crime kung asa ang mga offenders kay mag-take responsibility sa actions nga na ilang nabuhat. So instead of i-punish sila, ginapa-understand sa ilahang mga mali nga nabuhat. So restorative processes include mediation, conferencing, sentencing, support circle, and the like. So, ang Restorative Justice Board kay also focuses on healing for victim, accountability para sa mga offenders, o restoring the trust within sa community. Kanang mabalik sa mabalik ang trust sa community sa ilaha. Next. So, volunteer probation, volunteerism is a program of the parole and probation. So, administration or PPA aim at generating maximum citizen participation and community involvement in rehabilitation, prevention of crime, and the overall administration of criminal justice. So, ang kaning pinaka so good guys kay ano siya volunteer is someone who helps the parole and probation administration or ginatawag nga itong PPA sa pag-guide o pag-support sa mga individuals on probation or parole. So sa kanang kaduha kay ang main role nila is to assist sa mga rehabilitating offenders, preventing crime, and improving the justice system. So natay 5 kabok dre. Offer guidance and counseling, act as placement facilitator, implement treatment objectives as provided in the program or of supervision, refer to appropriate agencies, clients with various spiritual, mental, social, emotional, physical, or health needs. So, ang last kay act as resource o individual. So, nani sila yung mga kaming goal or jobs kaning basa nako nga ginabuhat which are offer guidance, counseling or kani silang 5. So diri ilahang trabaho jud kay naga strengthen sa justice system labaw na through encouraging citizens na ma-involve sa mga rehabilitation processes. So, mao lang to guys. Mga to ang part.
So, good morning everyone. I am Aiza Eri Killion. I'm going to report about the therapeutic community modality. So, therapeutic community or TC in the DOJ or PPPA program for rehabilitation of offenders is a self-help learning theory, self-help social learning treatment modality. So, ang therapeutic community is isa na siya kapamaagi sa rehabilitation na gigamit sa DOJ or PPAA alang sa mga offenders nga nakasala. Kini usa ka health or tabang pamaagi diin ang isa ka tao or ang isa ka tao kay matabangan ang iyang kaugalingon sa pagkat-on gikan diri sa therapeutic community modality. It rules and norms, shared beliefs, tools, and processes combined to enable clients to actively work toward their individual goals for right living. So, diri na na portion is tabangan sila na maging the best version sa ilang self, then makatunan nila kung unsa ang pamaagi sa right living. So, matabangan ang tao nga maghunahuna og maayo, mabag-o ilang batasan ug mabuhi sila with discipline and naay respeto sa ubang tao. So there are five treatment categories. So first, the relational behavior management. So when we say behaviors, ang isa ka tao is kanang makakaton siya og maayong pamatasan sulod sulod dito sa rehabilitation, diba, sa therapeutic community. So isa na sa matun-an sa isa ka offender na ang maayong pamatasan. Second is the affected emotional or psychological. So kaning number 2 or the effective emotional psychological kay kanang tudluan sila na i-control ilang emotions, pag-atiman sa emosyon sa huna-huna sa isa ka tao. So kanang tudloan sila na untahay ang isa ka tao is permi mahadlok or mahuyang sa pagsulay, kanang syempre no daghan man jud mga pagsulay, labi na isa ka offender, then na rehab ka or nasulod ka sa ano sa prisuhan. So marehab man jud ka no, na may mga treatment dito. They have a lot of mga activities kanang unsa man yung mga naagian sa gawas. So diri ni siya mabilong ang emotional, psychological nga kanang tabangan kanila unsa kanang paghandle ang imuhang mga kahuyang sa kinabuhi, mga pagsulay nga mga nadawatan nimo or nahimo nimo, kanang tudluan kanila unsaon maging stand kanang magstand ka sa imong self, na dili ka makuyang, maging lig-on ka luyo sa mga bisag unsang pagsulay sa kinabuhi. So third is the cognitive intellectual. So paglambo o pagunahuna o pagkahibalo sa hustong decision. So diri na to siya tong decision making, na tudluan mo unsaon pagdesisyon sa kinabuhi na kanang tarong og tama, og ang consequence kay sa tarong sad na nalandas or na way na dili ka adto sa mga dili maayong buhatonon or dili maayong landas. So fourth is the spiritual. So ang spiritual is hugot na pagtuo, syempre no, spiritual maging faithful ta or kanang kusog atong pagsalig sa Ginoo luyo sa mga naagian nato mga pagsulay. Syempre isa pud na sa ginatudlo dito sa sulod no, na maging strong atong pananampalataya sa Ginoo. And the last one is the vocational, psychomotor vocational survival. So mo na ni siya tong naay mga livelihood dito sa sulod no, katong naay mga panginabuhian. So they have different types of livelihood, and dito na to tong naay mga tudluan sila unsaon pagpanginabuhi. So ang uban dito is naga-earn na sila sa sulod, di ba? Some of them kay kanang bisan isa sila ka pineriso no, naga-earn na sila sa sulod, like magpuntahay if ever na padung na ang Pasko, sila to nagahimo og mga stars, then ginabaligya, ang uban naga-paint, daghan silang mga recreational activities dito sa sulod na kanang pwede pagkakitaan nila, di ba? Then the second one is the therapeutic community ladderized program. The PPA employs TCLP or therapeutic community ladderized program when it integrates therapeutic community tools, norms, principles, and method. It provides clients with success milestones through graduated completion criteria and aims for more active involvement of clients and their families. So, ang usa ka pamaagi sa PPA nga nagkahiusa sa paggamit sa kanina pamaagi ang kini usa ka isa ni siya sa process para sa isa ka tao na ma-rehab siya diin kinahanglan na muagi siya sa sunod-sunod na level aron makumpleto niya ang program para siya mabag-o. Then so para maabot niya to ng mga milestone sa iyang kinabuhi, na makagawa siya, na ma-rehab siya, na ma-completely okay na jud siya. So dapat na ay participation with his or her family para mulambo siya and ma-success niya ug mahimo niya tong tama na mga proseso. So the last one is the program phases of TLC, the therapeutic community ladderized program. So preparatory stage. This stage corresponds to 60-day investigation period of petitioners of provision parole of executive clemency. At the end of the preparatory stage, the client shall have PPA 2017. Clients must complete the needs and program checklist and personal development plan. They must commit the following provision, parole condition, and joining the TC program. Any issues hindering their participation, such as expenses or work, must be identified and addressed. Clients, families, and BPAs should attend the introductory briefing during the investigation or within the first month of supervision. Local government officials must be informed and invited to introduction of briefing. So, this stage is kanang nag-correspond siya to the 60 date of investigation of the petitioner. So, after sa 60 day na pag-investigate sa isa ka offender, na siya yung mga process na dapat himuon. So, dapat mapuno niya ang checklist sa development plan and needs sa problems checklist, and then kani siya is mga personal data. Second is kaning magsaad siya na mosunod siya sa mga provision and parole conditions and joining in the TC program. Then musaad nga mosunod sa provision, parole condition ug moapog siya sa mga TC program. Then moapil siya sa introduction briefing uban sa ilang pamilya o kanang mga volunteer probation assistance, o ipahibalo og imbitahon ang mga opisyal na local gobyerno sa pag-briefing. So, ang local government official must be informed and invited to the introduction briefing. So, that's all, and thank you.
Phase 1 Orientations. Client is familiarized with the TC unique terminology and introduced to the behavior shaping tools with opportunity to practice. In this part, new members familiarize themselves with the language and rules of the community. They are introduced to tools that help shape positive behavior. Example, a client learns the phrase act as if, which means behaving positively even if they don't feel like it. This helps in developing self-discipline. Next is, this is where the building of the foundations of the TCLP is done. Building the foundation of the Therapeutic Community Learning Process, or TCLP, this phase establishes the basic principles of the TC program, setting the stage for deeper rehabilitation. Examples, clients begin following daily routines, such as morning meetings where they discuss goals and progress. Next is the phase culminates with drawing up his or her behavior, attitude, traits, habits, but plan, but contract. In this part, assimilation in the TC culture, clients start integrating into the community, adjusting to its structured lifestyle. Example, a new client participates in a group therapy and learns how to give and receive feedback constructively. The development of BAT behavior, which means the meaning of BAT is behavior, attitude, traits, and habit. Plan and contract. The client create a personalized plan outlining the behaviors and habits they need to improve. They commit to this through a contract. Example, a client struggling with anger issues include practice deep breathing before reacting in their BAT plan. So the essence of in this space is it helps clients adapt to the TC environment, provides a structure start to their recovery journey, encourage commitment through the BAT plan. Next is the phase 2, which is the primary treatment. The focus of primary treatment is to effect behavior change and develop client initiative and self-discipline. Focus on behavioral change and discipline. In this part, this phase aims to help clients develop self-control, responsibility, and positive behavior through structured activities. Like for example, a client struggling with impulsiveness learns to pause and reflect before making decisions. Next, through constant application of the TC values and with regular use of TC tools, client manifests a socially acceptable behaviors and live an addiction-free lifestyle. In applying TC values and tools regularly, in this part, client consistently practice TC principles like accountability, honesty, and peer support to reinforce good habits. Like for example, a client takes part in a group therapy sessions where they discuss their struggles and progress. Achieving socially acceptable behavior and addiction-free lifestyle, the goal is for clients to reintegrate into society with healthy coping mechanism and productive routines. Like for example, a former addict, they learn time management and job skills, helping them reintegrate into the workforce. The importance of this space, it is strengthens self-discipline and responsibility and encourage consistent use of positive behaviors, prepares clients for integration in the society. So in this space, this is a phase wherein they ensure that the clients actively apply what they learn in orientation to transform their lives. And that's all.
So, maayong buntag sa inyong tanan, no? Ako si Ralph Jantao to ang next reporter. So, akong report karon is phase 3. So, unsa ang nasa phase 3? Phase 3 is what we call immersion, no? Diri na phase is diri gina-apply ang learning sa learning sa mga client dito sa phase 2. Tapos diri gina-internalize the TC perception beliefs, diri gina-continue nila, gina-maintain nila og kaning apply ang katong mga beliefs nila na sila didto. Tapos diri pod is diri ginaingon nga diri mag-matured sa kanina process is mag-matured ug maayo ang kaning mga clients, no, maging responsible sila tapos ma-fulfill nila ang duties sa families and the community. So ang kaning immersion is naa siya 5 ka primary treatment phase sa clients nga dapat makuha or dapat naa, no. First is relational behavioral management. Diri is ginaingon lang diri ang kani gina-continue nila diri og comply ang ilang probation and parole conditions. Diri gina-develop gihapon nila ilang harmonious relationship within the family and the community. No, diri gina-identify pud nila ang social support of groups diri para mag-lead sa kaning relapse prevention. Diri nagakuha sila og support within the groups. Diri gina-continue pud nila og endeavor, diri nila gina-reconcile, no, ang ilang self sa mga victim, nag-reconcile sila. Number 2 is the affective or emotional psychological. Diri gina-develop ang responsibility, no, ug maturity sa ato ang mga client. Diri pod gina-deal nila ang ilang mga issues nga nagalid sa ilang relapse, no, gina-kontra nila, gina-deal nila kay para okay to. Diri naga-manifest sila og positive change. Diri naga-change sila in a positive way, positive impact, para mas okay ang mga client. Diri gina-manage po nila ang ilang critical life challenges, no, so, saan nila pag-cope up sa mga challenges, saan nila paglaban sa ilang mga problem.
Tapos number 3 is the cognitive intellectual. Diri ginaingon lang jud diri sa cognitive or intellectual. Diri gina-sustain nila ilang basic literary skills. No, ang mga na-develop nila na skills sa katong throughout the process sa mga phases isa diri nila gina-sustain. Number 4 is spiritual diri ginaingon lang man nga na ang mga na-attend nila didto no na spiritual mga beliefs, mga precepts sa TC isa ginapadayon gihapon nila og kanang apply gina-continue nila. Next is the 5 psychomotor or vocational survival skills. Diri kay gina-enhance o gina-utilize ang mga skills sa mga employable no kay para mas ma-engage sila sa mga productive na panghitabo o para mas ma-develop ang ilang self-sufficiency. So, ang next wait, ang next phase 4 is the integration. And diri na phase is kanang diri na phase is the client manifest to sustain positive change. Diri ginaingon nga ang client is nagasustain og positive changes og kana sa mga behavior pud nila. Diri apod diri is na mahimo silang role model sa lain na clients. Diri apod nga na gina-sustain nila ang pagpamuyo nila og lawful means, no? Tas ginagamit nila ang ilang literary skills nga develop og nagapamuyo pud sila dili lang siya lawful um pati ano pud siya pati na positive ways. Tapos ang kanina pud siya gihapoy kanang lima ka ka treatment phases, primary treatment phases nga dapat na ang isa ka client. Same sila sa line of phases pero naay similarities pero na po mga differences. Like for example of the similarities, no, ang kaganina o gakaron na sila pareho kana nag-apply sa probation and parole conditions. Na po ang pag-develop nila og harmonious relationship sa ilang family and community. This diri isa nakalahi lang diri sa immersion is ang kaning integration is sila mahimo silang role model para sa other nga clients. Gina-maintain nila ang peaceful relationship within the victim. Number 2 is the affective emotional psychological. Diri gina-manifest nila ang pag-positive change nila, no? Pag-change nila sa ilang attitude, sa ilang behaviors, kung unsa sila magpumuyo. Kanang gina-change sila kung unsa sila dati, lahi na karon in a positive ways. Ikatulo is diri ginaingon lang ang mga na-attend nilang attend nila na mga literacy is gina-apply nila functionality. Gina-apply nila nga dili nila ginapataka og apply. Instead gina-apply nila kanang functional ang pag-apply nila. Before is spiritual. Ginaingon diri ka kung unsa ang nilang kung unsa ang ilahang na dito na practice dito nga precepts ug belief sa TC is mo po ang ilang i-apply kay ang mga na-apply nila dito kamaayo ra man pod kanang maayo gihapon dili man siya magkalayo. So kung unsa ang na-apply nila dito i-continue nila og apply gihapon. So number 5 is psychomotor or vocational survival skills. Diri is ginaingon lang diri nga dili na sila dependent, no? Diri ginaingon nga economically dependent na sila. Ay economically independent na sila. Makaya na nilang tinog silang sariling mga tiil, no? O maging independent na sila sa ilahang self sa all throughout na mga phases nga ilahang na So maalan to